to another epic matchup, part of the CGL. Coming back from a long break, coming in and doing a Challenger Finals match. This is it, the finals. Big teams, expecting a lot of big plays, and those teams are going to be Chaotic versus Inner Circle. I will be your host today, SargeVKL, and wow, I am excited to see how these teams kind of go against each other. Sadly, I don't have too much information as I don't really endeavor into the Challenger Tier 2 too much, but in a second I will try to get those scores up and tell you those. But overall, I recognize some of these guys. Like I know there's a lot of strong players here, no doubt at all. A couple staff too as well. But yeah, so we're just kind of getting the readies here, and we should be able to start in any second now. And yeah, like I said, this is the finals, so this is it. This is the big deal to really see who's going to be the victor for this tier. And I will apologize in the beginning here if my voice sounds a little hard or hoarse, sorry, as I am just getting over a cold now. But we got the both readies, and we're finally able to starting off on Watchpoint Gibraltar. You know, interesting map. This one's very peculiar. It's really very different from a lot of the maps, because as you see in the starting little bit here is with the payload, it's just such a unique area because you have all these high grounds and all these little bits, and then just it kind of stays like that for the rest of the map with all these different levels of engagement and all of that. But yeah, and honestly, as far as predictions goes, like I said, I don't know too much, but I would really love to see some sniper action, as like I was saying, with that high ground comes plenty of sniper spots and whatnot. Otherwise, as we're seeing these guys locking in what they're wanting to use immediately, we're going to be seeing, I want to say that's Inner Circle, yeah, Inner Circle and right here on the attack, and then Chaotic starting off on the defense here. Interesting enough, as we're seeing Chaotic here going with a defense Goats. Interesting. That's not something that you're going to see too often, especially on this map, because Goats, you're really going to want to get in your enemy's face and just smash them up. But now that I think about it, I do realize that there are a lot of spots to hide for Goats, because that's another thing too, is just rushing your team, or rushing the enemy team, sorry, and them having no idea what to really do. Alrighty, but I'm just going to quickly go on the roster of who's playing for who and whatnot. So starting off here, like I was saying, on the defense, it's going to be Revenant Oni on that Reinhardt, Demu Guru on this Brig here, Rouse on that Zarya Z-turned on that Diva, and Skate on that Moira with Sergeant Mikey, sorry, on that Lucio. And like I said, that was Chaotic for the defense. As far as the offense goes, interesting comp as well. We're going to be seeing GCD onto this Orisa. You don't see that too often. Metal Jesus coming in on that Sniper. I love it, coming in with the Hanzo there, and Ghostlining on that Tracer. I like that as well, as it's going to be great to get behind the enemy and really cause him trouble. And Super C American onto this Zenyatta, and then Sniper Man on this Diva, and Minimal on that Moira there. So Reinhardt pushing in immediately, doing some good work. Does get taken down though, so it's going to be a rough pick, as this Ghostlight comp is going to be continuing to push into these guys though. Might get a little, going to get a lot of damage onto them though from this Tracer, charging her ult almost immediately here at 70. Still causing some trouble. Look at this man. Brigitte, you got to turn around, as this Tracer's still just mowing these guys down. They're going to have to especially without their main shield, and Beach Bomb going out as well. They can't find a couple. Look at this man. He's unstoppable, continuing to do some work. And Reinhardt, sadly, joining the party a little late, as they're going to have to regroup. And Inner Circle looking absolutely beautiful, getting the point immediately. And they got the Reinhardt once again as well. So that could be a very good early pick, and plenty of opportunity to continue pushing the field and make even more room. So we're seeing a couple more ults on the field here. Sergeant Mikey and Skate both have theirs in just a second, so I'm curious to see how that's going to go against the Supercharger that's going to be coming up, along with Mellow Jesus' potential barrage there. And we are going to be seeing a swap from Rouse here. I can't remember what he was on, but he's going to be swapping to the Soldier. Beautiful combo to go against this Pharah, as no doubt she's going to be causing some trouble against these guys. Oh, but there's that big Shatter going to be coming out, and a Diva Bomb as well. Going to be looking for a couple targets. Going to be able to find that Diva. Beautiful. But there's that barrage coming out. He's trying to do some work, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like I got eaten up by most of that Diva ult, actually. So beautiful combinations. And it's going to be Chaotic coming out on top for that engagement. Oh, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here as they're pushing up immediately, realizing, you know what, we won the fight. Let's see if we can make some room, take this positioning, and you know, just overall get that early advantage before the fight even happens. So no more swaps. Looks like the inner circle is going to be sticking with what they're going to be, or what they're using here. Kind of poking and prodding at the moment, kind of waiting for a pick, and there it is. Rouse gets taken down, but so does Mellow Jesus. So even so far, but it's going to be supercharged. That very well might change the fight here as D-Bomb comes out as well. These guys are going back and forth, but the damage is coming in from inner circle. It's going to be too much for that Brigitte there. She will fall, and Reinhardt Discord and might just fall himself in just a second, and there's that trans coming out, making sure that their team is going to be staying alive, staying up, because they are having trouble finishing guys off. Even though they had that much damage, we're going to see beautiful play, especially coming up this run. As I said, he does fall, but look at this Orisa though doing some good work. Gonna get caught by that Diva Bomb though. So really hard to tell who's winning at this point, but we are going to see that Tracer Bomb come out. Not able to find any targets. Does do a good amount of damage, but she will have to retreat. Now a Moira ult coming in from Minimal. That's what it is. Took me a second. And we're going to see a Shatter as well. Rouse coming in with the ult of his own. Going to find 2 picks there. Beautiful. Going to continue to do this damage and push them back once again. Still 3 minutes on the clock. Inner circle still looking pretty good. Are going to take a couple swaps here, bringing in the Reinhardt and the McCree. So I do like those kind of pushing for that long range action, and I do like the fact that you have that stun as well, because no doubt Revenant here is doing some good work on pressuring these guys with the Reinhardt. But alrighty, not a lot of ults on the field. We're going to see a couple support ults, but the main one I do want to point out is going to be Mellow Jesus's. Now, he may be realizing that Sergeant Monkey has his ult, a beautiful ult to counter that. Let's see if he could really try to bait that out or anything that he can do. But it looks like these guys are going to be going up top, interesting enough. Going to be trying to find some picks of their own, while this Hanzo over here still kind of looking for an opportunity to use ult of his own. And it's going to be McCree once again just poking and prodding at these guys. No real big engagements, but it's going to be the Moira ult that's going to be coming out first. And there it is, the Ryan going to be starting engaging. There's a couple more ults as well. It's going to be Trance and the Hanzo Dragons that are going to be the most noticeable. And there's the Diva Bomb as well, overall clearing these guys out and pushing these guys back as they... where's the Ryan? There he is. And the Ryans are going back and forth, trying to get one another. It's Revenant who goes down. So once again, having the advantage here, Inner Circle trying to push once more. Still though, Inner Circle, or Chaotic, sorry, is doing some good work at preventing them from doing so. And once again, it looks like they're going to hold it. The Ghost here. He has his ult and he's up top, so looks like he may have been trying to use that, but couldn't find a good opportunity. So he's going to be going back to his team, regrouping, and making sure he's ready. So already, Sergeant Mikey going to be swapping onto Mercy here. I kind of like that, because, you know, Lucio... It's really good. It's always good to have a defensive ult, but just to get that little bit of a oomph for more healing, maybe keep the Rhine up and win more of those Rhine engagements. It's going to be Dragons starting off the fight here, looking for a couple targets, and it's a Shatter as well coming in. And the fight's going off again. There's another Shatter. There's a Diva Bomb. He's going to find 3. Wow. Beautiful. Another beautiful hold coming in from Chaotic. And there it is, the High Noon used as well. I mean... I don't know what to say. I mean, they had 3 minutes on the clock. Now it looks like Inner Circle lost their footing. I'm trying to think of what they could possibly change to go against this, because Chaotic is absolutely looking beautiful. It looks like a lot of the fights that we're seeing, it looks like they lose the early fight, but in the end they somehow turn it back around and stop them in their tracks. But already, now 30 seconds remaining. Of course, these teams are going to be going off with every single ult that they have. Starting off with the Reinhardt trying to go for a pin. Does get Zarya pretty low and does finish a good early pick. This could decide it, especially with the Reinhardt in and out of the way. Not going to be there, but he comes in with a Shatter. Wow, that's going to get everybody on the ground. Clean up a couple more kills as well. And there it is, Reinhardt, Mercy, and Moira down. These guys are going to be pushed back and in and out of the way. Finally, Inner Circle is going to be able to take this next point in overtime too. Wow. Alrighty, now looks like Reinhardt going to get in a tough situation, going to be opposed by the opposing Reinhardt there. Butting heads, not really finishing anybody just yet. Mellow Jesus having his ult once again. He's getting ults like every 30 seconds, I swear. But alrighty, with that Reinhardt down too, these guys of course are going to be inching their way into these guys as they do not have a main shield, and beautiful opportunity to really start getting that extra ult charge. Alrighty, I would imagine Hanzo might be using his ult in just a second here as they do seem to be lining up, and there's the shatter to start it off with. And they're going to be going straight for it, and look at that. Absolute chaos getting 3 down there. Mercy trying to go for a res, does get punished for it, of course, not before he's able to res Rouse. And now only just a few remaining here to stall on this point. 30 seconds remaining. Grab's going to start off here, finishing up these guys. Oh, but it's going to be a beautiful shatter to stall. But it's whether or not he's going to be able to get on the point in time, and he is. Now it's only Brigitte and Mercy trying to stall in these last couple seconds here. All he's got to do is finish this off, and this round will be over. Just a second, but they're still going to be stalling, using any ults that they can. Oh, but there it is. Got booped off. Round 1 complete. Inner Circle, I believe, finished off at around 15 seconds or so. Oh, got it right on the dot. So yeah, not a lot of time, but no doubt there is the possibility of a full hold that you could expect coming in from Inner Circle here. Alrighty, and it looks like GCD is going to be going back on the Orisa. So as we saw, Orisa, it was doing some good work in the first little bit, but then he realized he had to swap to Reinhardt, and he was still having a little trouble. So I feel like now that he's on defense, he could really control the map better, and overall positioning will definitely be in the more favor, because it's always hard as an Orisa to be on attack. But we're also seeing Super C American, my boy, going on Hog here. I like that because he had that pull port combo. Ooh, look at this offense, though. That's what I would really want to point out here. We're going to be seeing a double shield Bastion with a D.Va. Ooh, so relying a lot on that Bastion to do some great damage. I mean, he's going to have plenty of protection and plenty of heals. But I'm curious to see how it's going to work out for him, especially because Inner Circle here might have just what they need to go against him, because they had that Junkrat, they have that McCree, and they have, I mean, like I said, pulled pork. Just pull him off with the Orisa, whatever ball thing is, and then pull it with the Hog, or pull the Bastion, sorry, with the Hog. But it looks like these guys are going to be ready, holding up top, going to be going, no doubt, straight on the payload, because that's, of course, where you're going to want to be on that Bastion just to get that mobility. But it's going to be Junkrat here who's going to be raining down damage, trying to get any early damage that he can, because his ult is crucial, especially to stop this Bastion, who's already set up, of course, trying to shred the shield here. It's going to be D.Va, though, as we're seeing a lot of blocking from the Junkrat, and even some of his bombs as well. This Orisa that he's going to have to back up and down. Change positioning once again. Rouse sticking with the mobility here. We're going to turn mode. Of course, going to try to mow down these guys, doing some good damage. A little bit of a disadvantage of angling, especially with this Lucio, smart enough to prevent them from really doing anything and going any further from getting that extra position. Oh, it's going to be skate action, though. It's going to be getting some kills with his Moira ult. Absolutely beautiful. And it looks like without needing their Bastion, Chaotic is going to be taking this point here as they're no doubt winning the fight. And there it is, similar to their opponents getting the first point in like their first couple fights there. And Mellow Jesus already having his ult. He's going to need that if this Bastion is going to set up, as of course he is doing now. No doubt, I'm sure he's getting in position for that. Alrighty, overall, looking at the ult percentage, we're seeing a lot coming in from Inner Circle. They may have lost the fight, but they're going to be on top as far as ults go. It's going to be Mellow Jesus starting off with the pick onto the Bastion, sorry, and the Orisa going down as well. These guys are going to be starting to push in and starting to push these guys back, as Mercy, no doubt, was not able to res that Bastion there. And there it is, winning the fight. Now at this point, Bastion might want to consider swapping off. He's close to his ult, but it's going to be really, really hard for him to get back in a point, especially knowing that these guys are ready for it. But already no swaps just yet. A lot of ult percentage now. Swapping, as we just saw last fight there. It's now Chaotic who's going to be rushing them with a lot of ults there, having just about all of theirs. I'm curious to see what they're going to really start off with. I would imagine it's going to be the Reinhardt there. We're just going to have to see him. They're going to be sticking with the Bastion. He's going to be using his ult here, trying to kind of poking apart at this guy's doing a good amount of damage, but it's going to be a hog that he's only able to find the target on. He's not going to be able to finish anybody just yet. Getting in a difficult situation, does get trapped, but it's Reinhardt coming in just barely able to save him, keeping him up in fashion. Of course, going to be repositioning here. Oh, but it's a Diva Bomb. We just missed that, getting 2 picks and doing a good amount of damage to really cause some trouble for these guys. Ghostly getting a pick onto that Bastion. They're trying to use his ult, but it's not going to be enough as Inner Circle, or Chaotic is able to get this next point here. And 3 getting trapped here at the bad spawn, as we call it. So, of course, you're going to be trying to rush into the tanks or trying to get them, because you really want that early pick, especially when your enemies are vulnerable just like that. So already, and of course we're going to see this Bastion back on payload once again. You know, I mean, Chaotic, Inner Circle really does have a fantastic comp, but it's just the protection coming in for this Bastion is absolutely immense, and so many ults. Look at this, 2 Moira ults, a Hog ult, I think, I can't even tell. It was a Tire that's going to come out on top, though, as it's going to get that Bastion and that Orisa as well. So pushing these guys back once again, getting that Bastion without that damage and without that strong heals coming from Mercy, will be winning that fight. So, I mean, you know, that's the thing about Chaotic's comp here, is it's a very good comp, as long as you get protection on the Bastion. But if the Bastion gets taken down by a Tire, then, you know, if you can't get that res off, then you're really lacking a lot of the strategic coordination. But it's going to be Rouse here. It's going to be swapping on the Junker. Does get taken down immediately, will be rezzed, of course, here. And the Brigida coming out as well, so they're going to be going for a 3-2-1. 3-2-1 comp, that is. Supercharging them coming out here, trying to do some great damage to get mail to the shields before they can start, but it's going to be Dragon's Moira ult, and the Hog ult there that we finally get to see. Doing some good work, forcing these guys back, pushing them almost straight back to their spawn here. Overall getting beautiful damage here. Charging their ults once again, even though they just used it. They'll still be in a difficult situation, but it's going to be the Moira ult, of course, keeping him alive. There's Revenant going down as well. Alrighty. Man, you know, at this point, I feel like, I don't know, it's just so hard to say, because Chaotic is still looking pretty good. They just lost this fight in the fight before that, but they're still looking pretty good with still 3 minutes on the clock compared to the 15 that Inner Circle ended up there. But they're going to have their Hanzo ult once again as they're lining up. Might just use it. Maybe not. It's going to be the Tire, though, that's coming out on top doing some good work there. Able to get 2 of their supports, so once again, they're going to have to back up. Rez can only do so much there. And look at this Junkrat. Wow, punishing the Reinhardt combined with the Orisa. That's some beautiful teamwork. Love to see that. Well, maybe the Rhine doesn't like to see that. But alrighty, now Chaotic having a plethora of ults here on the sideline. We have the Shatter, we have the Bomb, we have the Tire, and we have the Mercy ult. Alrighty, I'm very curious to see which one they're going to kind of start off with here. Looks like they're still going to be held at the choke here. It's just the damage coming in from this Rhino is just so much, but it's going to be Diva Bomb looking for a couple picks. You're not going to be able to find any with a well-timed Lucio ult keeping them up. That's going to be the support ult as well coming in from Chaotic here, keeping their team alive, and it's going to be the Tire looking for a couple targets as well. The Shatter getting them all on the ground though, and Rouse able to find a target on that Orisa, so good on them. It's going to be a pull under the Mercy. Not able to finish her just yet, but it was a beautiful pull, no doubt. Overall channeling her exactly where you wanted to use your ult to just crush them. Oh man, but it's Super C. Look at this guy. He's just holding them here. I mean, that's what you can expect from Hog. Just so much health and basically free roaming where he wants. But already he will be going down here. It's going to be a Diva Bomb ult, looking for a couple targets. Not going to find any once again, but it's going to be a Tire that's going to be shining out, getting the opposing Reinhardt there, and Revenant going down as well. Now just above a minute on the clock. I feel like Chaotic, they've been changing some a good amount, but let's see if they can find it, because you know, I like the Brigida swap, but I feel like it's not really being used as effectively as it can, because, you know, we see them, I don't know, it's just overall the, you know what, I just realized what it is. It's the ults coming in from Inner Circle. Their ults have been absolutely beautiful. It seems like almost every fight, Chaotic is either getting hit with a Dragons or a Tire. So I gotta give credit for both these guys as they're doing absolute work. But Sergeant Monkey now swapping back on the Lucian here. Rouse coming in on that Hanzo along with Juru on that Diva. lucky these swaps, you're going to get a bit more sustain with that, triple tank. What we're seeing from this fight. Oh, beautiful block shatter. Dragon's coming out as well, along with the Moira, all trying to keep them alive. Revenant, though, is getting pretty low. He's going to be in a tough situation. Going to decide to charge there. Like going underway, it's going to be GCD getting taken down, so without their main shield, they're going to be in a tough situation. Inner Circle, now Lucio going down as well, but the picks are continuing to go back and forth. It's going to be a tire that's going to be looking for a couple targets, not going to be able to find any. So Chaotic still kind of holding it. I feel like there's a spawn advantage that's going to cause some real trouble for these guys as Diva gets demeched as well, now in overtime. Just mere meters away from the payload. Looks like they may not be able to get it. They're going to be starting off the fight, though, with this Hanzo all able to get the Orisa, making me eat my words as Reinhardt is still alive. Ooh, just as I said, maybe jinxed him just a tad. Now 3v3 going to be starting off with that Moira ult and the Lucio ult. Going back and forth, trying to stay alive as they're at stall point here. Still in overtime. Looks like it just might be it. And there it is. Inner Circle. First map.
Play of the game.
Nerf this!
Alrighty. So yeah, it's beautiful gameplay, no doubt at all. Ooh, look at that, 34 GCD doing some work as a recent, no doubt at all. But alrighty, just gonna get the lobby set up once again. Change the map here. Inner Circle getting that early lead in the finals can be key. Let's see if Chaotic can swap up onto this next map here, which will be Volskaya. Interesting. Known as Drawskaya, can be very, very tough. I feel like if there's any map to draw on, it's going to be this one. But I mean, what's there to say? It's a overall beautiful map. Very excited to see how these guys go on it. Alrighty, we're going to be getting a Milk Oi for day. Oh, there we go. I got a couple new guys. Nice. Alrighty, so just going to get the final readies from these teams. Just a recap of what went on there. A lot of close matches in the first match there on Wall Point Gibraltar, though. But I feel like it was Inner Circle's ult economy, just always having that up and always having something in their pocket ready. I believe that's what won them the fight. So let's see if they can keep going on this hype train here, keeping the looking good so far. Let's see if they can keep that going, or if Chaotic can prevent an early lead and get a win of their own. Alrighty, there we go. We have readies from both captains, and we're going to get the second match underway.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
You know, there's one thing I got to say about Volskaya. As beautiful it is, you know, some people have trouble with it because, you know, it could be known as raw, but it's one of my favorite maps. For the sole thing of the chokes. I love the chokes here. I'll show you one in just a second. Here's the beginning one. Just the idea of both teams going head-to-head here, and there's two on there. That's why I like it so much. The chokes, like, lost my train of thought there. I'm saying the chokes. Just all the positioning you could do to hold the chokes in different ways. I absolutely love that fact. And as a Reinhardt player, I'm very curious about positioning. So let's see what these guys kind of go with. And it looks like we're going to be seeing GCD. Oh, well, that's a troll comp. That's a troll comp if I've ever seen. An Inner Circle going with 60 FPS. But I imagine GCD is going to be going back on that Orisa. We really haven't seen Orisa too much in this meta, so just like I was just about saying, yes. You know, I just lost my train of thought. Let's move on to something else here. So, Chaotic in red here on the attacking in the beginning here with Inner Circle on the defense. They're going to be soft. Or, you know what? I'm having troubles with my words, okay? Let's go with that. So GCD, going back to this poor comp, I like that, and especially with the hit scan and that Junkrat as well. You know, you got that heavy damage coming back from that Junkrat, holding them at the choke, no doubt. And then you got that McCree. You got the McCree for any flankers or anybody trying to pull anything sneaky. The McCree will know, and no doubt will be shooting them immediately. Oh, but I just realized we're seeing the Hanzo brothers, or the Shimada brothers, rather, coming in from or Chaotic, sorry. Ooh, early pick coming in from Rouse. And as I was just saying, it's going to be combined, no doubt, with Z-Turn coming in on that Zarya there. But it looks like Revenant, no doubt, will be going in immediately. Going to take a lot of damage from that Junkrat. He's still kind of poking and prodding. Not really able to get in there just yet. And it looks like Skate's going to go down next. So now one person down from each team here. It looks like it's going to be Mellow Jesus getting the damage in the Reinhardt's face, taking him down. It's just the Lucio remains here, no doubt going to have to back up. And of course he has his ult already. Also we're going to be seeing a swap coming in from Ghost Slimy. This Tracer, interesting. I liked the McCree before, but the Tracer might even be better because no doubt, as we've seen, Revenant likes to play up close and in your face. So getting that maybe shorter range and more agility can really go against him there. But alrighty. So like I said, Inner Circle looking good immediately, having 2 ults on the field before Chaotic, sorry, has one. But looks like it's going to be Revenant pushing in once again, getting in their faces. Trying to do some work here, but it's going to be Moira and the Tyre going to be looking for a couple targets. Of course, going to be going for the Reinhardt, but does miss. It's going to be a perfect opportunity for Reinhardt to start getting the picks here onto the Tracer. Now 1 for 1, one DPS from both, or 1 DPS from both teams down. Sorry, my tongue is not having a good day today. But alrighty, you know, Revenant is still kind of poking and prodding at these guys, still trying to get that ult charge here. Here's what they're playing. Oh, he's going to be pushing in. Try to charge, not going to be able to find any. Going to take a lot of damage, but it's going to be a grab coming out here. Reinhardt trying to swing his way onto these guys as the fight goes back and forth here. There's going to be Tracer and the DPS coming in from Chaotic. That's going to be shining the brightest as they are doing some fabulous work here, but Mellow Jesus and Hog are still alive. And it's going to be another Tyre coming out looking for a couple more targets. Does get taken down now. Mellow Jesus in a difficult situation probably will get yep, there it is, picked, and will get slightly staggered there, but he will be ice team, so I guess that won't be that bad. Alrighty, GCD now swapping on the Reinhardt here. Interesting. I really thought he'd stick with Orisa here, because Orisa, I feel like on second point can really use her halting and whatnot. Really effective here, like holding the corner, but it looks like Reinhardt will be swapping out here, kind of trying to butt head with Revenant here. It's going to be the early pick going on Ghost. So this is the perfect time to start pushing it. It's going to be a Shatter coming out. I believe it got stunned though. Check that out. A lot more ults as well, but it's going to be the Dragon. It's going to be shining the brightest. Oh, with Super C trying to use his ult as well. Not going to be able to do too much there. Rouse continuing to get a couple more picks there. See if we can find him. There he is. Does get taken down though. Oh, but it looks like the defense goes Slimy coming back in and getting a couple targets of his own. Gonna stick Mellow Jesus, but it's not gonna be enough as these guys are going back and forth once again. Who won? I don't know if I could tell. I don't think anybody's left on the field. Oh, but there it is. Of course, it's gonna be the defense Inner Circle. It's gonna be holding strong here. And Super C coming on that. Sorry, I like that. You're really gonna need that grab. And I imagine he's gonna combine it beautifully with Mellow Jesus when their ults align anyways. So alrighty, Chaotic once again trying to push their way in. It's going to be Tracer that's kind of poking and prodding at this Reinhardt, making his life difficult as the Reinhardt wants to go head to head, but it's going to be Revenant trying to go for a charge. He does miss here. It looks like GCD is going to be putting on so much pressure and might just take him down, but he gets down first actually. It's going to be Revenant holding strong here, but does get taken down once again though. There it is, Mellow Jesus doing some great work. Does get taken down as well, so back and forth from these guys. But it's doing the Moira ult. It's doing the most work, the most damage, the most healing, shining the brightest, forcing these guys away. Trying to win the fight here is just Tracer and Lucio trying to stall it out. GCD coming back in. Trying to do some work here, trying to just clear these guys off. As it's so hard to tell if who's gonna be the victor here. But it's gonna be spawn advantage. that really allows these guys to prevail. Now Jesus going down once again. This Revenant coming back as well, putting some pressure. It's going to be a Hanzo Ult trying to find a couple targets. Not going to be able to find too many. Ooh. And there's that Shatter coming in for Revenant. But it's so back and forth. It's just the support stalling. But there's Tracer coming back in, pushing these guys back, keeping them out once again. And it's going to be Inner Circle with a beautiful defense, holding on strong. Still 3 minutes on the clock though. So Chaotic, they're going to be changing something up here against Pharmacy. That's going to be really, really dangerous. Inner Circle has to be prepared for that. And just going to do that with Ghost Line, swap it onto the free here. As, with Pharmacy, if it's uncontested, that's going to be so much ult charge and so much damage that you just can't contest with. So I do good awareness on Ghost Slimy there. Already, Rouse actually swapping a Reaper here, so they're trying to go for more damage to contest the damage coming in from Mellow Jesus. So of course you're going to be pushing him once again. Just kind of going head to head as the Reinhardts of course do. Going at each other. There's going to be a Shatter coming out though. Going to get a couple on the ground. Not going to be really enough to change anything here. Beat another tire. Looking for a couple targets to find one on the Moira. One of these high priority targets as the Fair does get res though. Of course going to be putting pressure on this the Tree, trying to find him, but it's once again the defense is holding strong. I don't know how these guys are staying alive, but they're doing it, and they're doing it beautifully. Now, Super C has his grab. That's going to be big, especially with the combinations that you can make, whether it's just the damage coming in from the Reinhardt, or the Junkrat when they're standing still, or the Moira ult, as they do have on standby now. There's Revenant, Oni, and Milk here on that bar, who could combine next, because the Shatter and the Barrage can be just devastating. Already, Revenant preparing go head-to-head against the opposing Reinhardt once again. Going to get moved forward, going to slam them down a good amount, but he does get taken down. Grab going to be coming out here, getting their team in a tough pickle as the Lucio ult, especially keeping them alive there. And once again, Inner Circle holding strong. GCD, no doubt, proud of his team, holding strong here, especially with that beautiful Reinhardt play. Gonna smash a pumpkin, letting them know who's powerful, I suppose. I'm not sure, but Milk still has his ult. Actually, Ghost Slimy has his ult too, so if he's to solo ult that Pharmacy and take him down early fight, he absolutely can. So let's see if he's getting in position, but it's going to be Rouse who's getting in position here. You know, Reaper we haven't seen too much. I guess he was kind of staying on the sidelines. Charging is all not a real thing in the main fight here, but it looks like he's going to be going on to this Reinhardt. It's going to be another tire coming in from Mellow Jesus, able to get that Pharah in and out of the way. That's going to be a Barrage not to worry about, and it's Revenant getting taken out as well. Look at this. These guys are practically unstoppable, especially with Mellow Jesus getting the early damage there. Well, let's see. I mean, Chaotic has to do something. Like, they still have that Pharah. Maybe they cannot find the right positioning. I feel like they can do that next year in the upcoming fight because they're gonna have to. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Inner Circle looking pretty good, having a plentiful amount of ults. Alrighty. Ooh, early Shatter getting the Revenant, getting him out of the fight before he could even be an issue. Smart man. His one pick is going to be huge, especially as we are just about to inch our way into overtime. And there it is. Round 1 completed. Inner Circle, a full hold on the second point there. Oh boy. I'm so excited because, you know, Inner Circle looking pretty good here, having that early win and not letting them get it full, or not letting them get a thing there. But you know, as we saw before, anything can happen. It does not matter if you get to the end or even, you know, just a couple inches in. It's the fact that Chaotic can still pull this around. All they got to do is, I lost my train of thought. You know, I'll tell you one thing about being sick and solo casting. Your brain is like a train. Off the tracks. I'll tell you what isn't off the tracks. These team comps, because you know we're seeing very sound stuff, especially coming in from Inner Circle here. We're going to seeing that goats here. I like that. I like that. Very traditional, no doubt in the meta here. And we're seeing a 2-2-2, of course, but we're going to be seeing Doomfist Hanzo on the defense here. So I guess going for a bit more of a punishing comp, but they don't have the Brigida, so curious to see how they're going to play this. So already, inner circle. They just have to get a tick on the second point here, and they will get that 2-0 early lead. Let's see if they can do it, though. You know, Ghost Comp, I feel like that's definitely what you're going to want to use here, but it's going to be the Doomfist. It's going to be trying to get in the face, but it's going to be a Brigida stopping him before he can even do anything there. Both teams butting heads immediately. No real big picks just yet. Reinhardt getting low, and it's Revan who goes down first. But still, though, the attacking side is low health. A lot of them. Doomfist trying to find the targets. Ooh, almost gracefully and beautifully. It's going to be inner circle, staying up without losing a single member. Chaotic, come on, boys, you could do this. You could hold it. I believe in you, fellas. They're going to be smart about this. They're going to be swapping back to that Pharah because they realize goats can't do anything against the Pharah. Well, maybe the Diva. So they're going to have to make sure that that Pharah has plenty of healers. Otherwise, you know, they won't have to swap. Now it's either draw or lose for Chaotic right now. No doubt their hearts are racing as they're preparing for these guys to engage once again. Revenant having his ultimate just a second here. Maybe expecting to see that chatter, especially from GCD, the opposing Reinhardt as well. Looks like he's going to get that Reinhardt early pick, though. It's going to be even more picks as well. So many ults popping off here. It's going to be Brigida, Super C doing some good work on these guys, forcing them back into the Hanzo ult, but not able to get in there in time. And there it is. Inner Circle taking the second map. Oh, play the game coming in from Rouse. Yeah, I mean, what's there to say? All throughout the scene here is just beautiful ults, like every 30 seconds or something ridiculous. But alrighty, just gonna take a quick second and get back to you with the third match here. Inner Circle now 2-0 against Chaotic. Alrighty, let's see this third and final map, if I can find it here. Ilios. Ooh. That's a very special map for me, as I absolutely love seeing the Lucio boops on it. Alrighty, and I do like the fact that it's going to be a control point, or King of the Hill, as it changes it up a good amount, because, you know, we've seen these guys try to go against the defense as Chaotic tries to get in Inner Circle's defense with them holding strong. I feel like this is the exact thing that Chaotic needs to go against these guys. Just to change the field, find a different footing, and push back and try to get their own win here. And I do like the fact that we did see a Pharah come out of Chaotic, which is very powerful in Ilios as well. Alrighty, but man, am I excited. The finals, they're always absolutely fantastic. And that's exactly what we've seen so far from both teams, butting heads. You know, I mean, it may be Inner Circle winning a good portion of the fights, but no doubt each and every one of these fights has been insanely close. And just back and forth, it blows my mind how amazing it is. It really does. And one thing I will say, though, you know, I've talked a lot about these Reinhardts so far. You know, GCD and Revenant. I can't help it. Maybe a little biased as I am a Reinhardt main. And the DPS as well. But I want to point out here, the two Zaryas. or the two off tanks, I should say, Super C and Z turned in the background. We've seen a lot of grabs that change the fights drastically, especially when you get that early grab in and prevent the team from really getting any more momentum there. But alrighty, just going to hang out for just another minute here, making sure that these teams are finally ready, because, I mean, you got to imagine here, chaotic. Like, if they lose one more time, they're done. So they got to take as much time as they possibly can to think, all right, what can we do, boys? What can we change? What can we go against these guys, you know? You know, I will say, I wonder if what they could use is a diva almost. Because, you know, we've seen a lot of powerful plays coming from that Junkrat there, but like a diva would really stop them in their tracks. Again, they could use a Zarya too, because Rouse is going to be getting a lot of ults in the combine. You know, it's really hard to say, but you know what? I'm not the one calling the shots here. Let's see what they choose, because that's what I'm more curious about. Alrighty, now Twin coming in for clarity. Let's see what these guys pull. Oh man, I am bursting with excitement almost. You almost can't tell because of my voice, but I am absolutely excited going to the third match here, CGL Challenger Finals. Heck yeah, man. It's taking its time to load. Very impatient because I'm so excited. All right, let's get this though. Ilios. Yeah, all right. I mean, so like I said, I'm definitely expecting to see that fair come out. Rouse for sure is going to be going back on the Hanzo. I'd be amazed if he didn't. And the powerful Lucio players, no doubt, will be going onto those as well. I wouldn't even be surprised if Super C went back into Hog here. Ooh, but I like what I'm seeing immediately. Twin Clarity going on this Ana. We have not seen an Ana yet, so let's see if Twin Clarity can be exactly what they need. I feel like it could, because Ana, no doubt, is definitely in the meta here with the powerful Ana nades and the Nano, no doubt at all, especially with a very aggressive Reinhardt player. I'm amazed they haven't used that yet. Oh, but going to be making me sad just a little bit. Going to be going on to the break here, but that's okay. Let's see if they can really go against these guys. Going to be going for a bully comp. I like that too. I really do. Because just coming in with that damage and up close power can be deadly, especially if we see these guys pick Hammond or Winston. Looks like they're teeter-totting on that just a little bit, and they're going to be going with that. Mellow Jesus, interesting enough, will be swapping onto support here. Alrighty. So once again, Inner Circle going to be in blue here against Chaotic in red. Inner Circle winning 2-0 Chaotic. We can do this though. Going to be going for this bully comp that Hammond, no doubt, is going to be in trouble. Alrighty, and my mind is absolutely going crazy. Alrighty, Lucy going to be helping the team get in their faces immediately, and Hammond already up in the faces of them as well. Might just get taken down, taking a good amount of damage. Could be an escape, of course, there. And it's going to be Reinhardt trying to get in their faces. They're going to get in a tough situation, though, as Reaper has full reign to try to get on him. It's going to be Brig coming in, preventing him from really doing too much there. And Sniper Man going down, getting that early pick on the Hammond. It's going to be crucial here, as it's a perfect opportunity for them to start pushing in once again. Looks like they're going to be pushed back a little bit. Reinhardt in a difficult situation, getting in the middle of the entire team. And finally, Chaotic is going to be pushing these guys once again. 4v6, looking absolutely fantastic here. Finding their targets and getting them in and out of the way. Milk on that. Doomfist helping out as well. Of course, going to be an early Moira ult used, trying to keep their team alive and pushing these guys back before they can even try to get any more ult percentage. Oh, I didn't realize Inner Circle got a good 26% on these guys. Very, very sneaky.
My ultimate is charging.
Alrighty, no doubt that fight was definitely intense, and a lot of ult percentage coming in from both teams. GCD already having his shadow there. No doubt we'll be looking for that in just a second here. He's going to Reinhardt's butting head, of course, both laying on the ground there. Doing the shatter coming out, able to kill Milk. Not really able to get anybody on the ground with the fact that he got that early kill. Oh, but it's Revenant responding with a shatter of his own. Going to be getting them on the ground as well. Doing the grab, trying to do some work here. Getting and with beautiful damages, the Reinhardt's just free reign to swing every which way, but it's going to be a grab responding. These guys are going back and forth, practically mirrored at this point, but I think it's going to be chaotic. What? I thought he used his shatter. Did he get another one? There's no way. Alrighty. But it's fun. It's going to be chaotic. Holding at these guys and still having ults to spare. Oh, Super C getting caught there. It's going to be an early pick. Going to be staggered. Alrighty, so 60 percentage, you know, no doubt going to be a good amount of still team fights here. I feel like Inner Circle, though, they're seeing a very, very different chaotic here, being a lot more aggressive and able to do a lot more work. But it's going to be Lucio starting off the engagement here, trying to biff them around, but it's GCD who's going to be taken down first. So without their main shield, they're probably going to fall in just a second here, but might not, as it's going to be Moira coming in with great heals and a Diva Bomb, able to get a couple picks with their own. Reinhardt trying to push in here, trying to prevent these guys from getting any further. Getting to Zarya, not before it goes down from GCD though. So alrighty, getting into 90 percentile here. Looks like it might just change in just a second. Oh, never mind. These guys are still holding with the Doomfist. And the Brigitte here holding still yet again. Now in overtime, 99%. And good work out on these guys, forcing these guys in and out of the way. Moira coming in with the ult there. Lucio trying to stall, prevent anything from going further here, or preventing the forcing the game to go further is what I mean. And Reaper, this man is doing some work. That high power damage up close is no doubt the main worry for Inner Circle there, and there it is. Chaotic taking the first round. Oh man, my heart is racing and I'm not even playing right now. I can't imagine what these guys are feeling. Alrighty, now this is where the boops come in. I'd imagine you gotta bring out the Lucio from both teams. Of course, Minimal is going to be sticking with the Lucio. Let's see if, oh, there it is, Twin Clarity going on Lucio himself. I almost want him to play Ana though, because once again we saw that just for a second, man. Ana's so powerful. You know what? They don't even need it because they're looking pretty good. Going to be, oh, Rouse swaps off Reaper, going on to McCree. Interesting, especially going against Ghost Slimy back on the McCree as well. Super C American going on this Doomfist. Or maybe he was on Doomfist. I honestly can't remember. It's so chaotic, man. Absolutely fantastic. Alrighty, these teams butting head completely off the point here on the right-hand side. Milk getting that early pick, and Rouse going down as well, going back to that Reaper there. Reinhardt's butting heads once again. Revenant getting kind of low. It's going to be GCD is going to be... actually, yep, there it is. GCD does get taken down there. And I cannot find the fight. There we go. And of course, these guys are going to be taking the point, or the fight to the point. Doomfist lonely here. Going to be making sure this team has that prepared. Revenant did go down there, so if Inner Circle can group up, they could take advantage of them being down their main shield.
My ultimate is charging.
This will improve your condition.
Alrighty, GCD as well having a shatter immediately coming in from that first fight, because as we saw, he was in the middle of basically the entire team of Chaotic just butting heads. So already, Milk also having ults here early, but it's going to be a fair swap. No, Jesus, going back onto that DPS. That's what I like to see. He's going to try to go about heads. Oh, did you see that? That was a stun onto the guy there, preventing GCD from. You know what? I'm having trouble with that scent. It's gonna be Rouse though. He's gonna be shining here, getting a couple picks of his own there. Of course, he's gonna be on fire as he got the Reinhardt and one other. And it's gonna be Pharmacy though. Still hanging out, still trying to stay alive. Gonna have to get out of there, of course. Now 50% Chaotic, looking fantastic. And GCD did use his altar. I'm not sure if he found too many targets or not, but Revenant and Milk still having their ults here. I'd imagine they could potentially combine it, but it's Pharmacy though. They're still kind of poking and prodding at these guys. They're going to be hanging out, of course, inside. Prevent them from getting too much ult percentage, but Melody is almost having his. Expecting to see that soon as well. Trying to get a pick there. Rouse, of course, going to be hanging on. And just kind of waiting for the engagement coming in from GCD. Going to be oh, but it's going to be Revenant coming in with that shatter, beautifully well timed, getting the Reinhardt and maybe one or two others onto the ground immediately without that main shield that will be falling now. But it's Metal Jesus trying to turn the tides of the fight. Will get taken down as well from Milk here. Alrighty, now 90 percentile. Only one more fight potentially. Let's see if Inner Circle can group back up and push in once again. Actually, they might not have enough time to. It's going to be GCT that just barely might able to get in there and not able to. Yes! Chaotic getting a win of their own. Now 2-1. Chaotic is hanging in here. They found their footing. They found exactly what they need, and they're taking this back potentially. Oh man, I mean, Skate here, of course. We're going to be seeing that. Oh, actually, Shattered. Interesting play there. Man, the last couple seconds, Moira, no doubt, held on strong, keeping her team alive there, and definitely having that the Moira to counter the Lucio from doing too much stalling as well.
Pure class.
But alrighty, we just see what the third and final map is going to be here. Or, not third and final map, sorry, fourth map. Ooh, King's Row, I love it. I love that as an hyper, okay. Alrighty, so as we're waiting for the readies from both these teams here, just kind of a recap of what's going on. Inner Circle winning the first two maps, looking absolutely fantastic, but it's going to be Chaotic here, returning the favor, getting a win of their own on Ilios. Let's see if they can keep going, keep this win train going. We could even go into a fifth map here. But already, King's Row, one of my personal favorite maps, absolutely beautiful. You know, it's one of the first maps too. It's like, it's just the map that you always gotta play on. But alrighty. And we are ready to go once again. The fourth round here, a part of CGL Challenger Finals. Chaotic versus Inner Circle. Let's go, boys.
Now enter King's Row.
So, as far as predictions wise, I tell you, at this point my brain tells me I want to see some snipers. We haven't seen Widow at all this entire series of matches. So I'd love to see that, but looks like we are going to be getting the Hanzo here coming in from Rouse. With Chaotic now in blue here on the defense, and for the offense, of course, going to be Inner Circle here. Inner Circle going with the goats that they've been using a couple times here, and Rouse actually going back on the Reaper. We saw the powerful Reaper play on Ilios. Let's see if he could keep that force going against these guys, and Milk actually going on the Mei. I like that pick, but I'll tell you what I like even more. Twin Clarity, making me happy, going on that Ana. First time we saw Ana this entire time. And Sniper Man, making me happy as well. Going Widow himself. I like these snipers, especially on King's Row, because like, in King's Row, I just feel like it's just comfortable for snipers. Oh man, though. Alright. So, interesting enough, we're going to be seeing Chaotic here actually holding a big back. I feel like with Mei, you're going to want to push up against forward, but they have that Reaper on the sideline, so that's probably what they're going to be planning here. Alrighty. Inner Circle going to be taking their time, making sure that they're fully grouped up here. Maybe having the Brigida charge fight here. Oh, but they may realize that they have a May, so they got to be kind of slow. Got to take it careful because you cannot lose the Rhine. Cannot get sectioned off, especially with the goats. You've got to stay together. But there it is. Ice Wall going up. Going to be trying to freeze these guys, put some pressure on these guys, forcing them back. Ryan going to get frozen in just a second here. Both teams are going back and forth. So much damage. No real big picks just yet. Oh, but it's Revenant going down first. So defense without that maintain can be in a tough situation. Now Rouse going down as well. This could potentially be a cleaning, quick cleanup from Inner Circle. Is continuing to get the points, or the picks here, sorry. Alrighty, and a couple ults early too. We're going to see the Murder ult and the Diva ult and potentially the Rally as well. I like what Inner Circle is doing here. They're pushing up as far as they can because you got to make sure you get plenty of room here, especially on King's Row, because you just can with the way that the spawns are set up. But it's going to be Revenant coming in and getting the Brigida there. So good pick on them, and getting the Ana there as well. So picks continuing to go back and forth. GCD though, getting his opponent Revenant there and out of the way. Of course, going to be taking that advantage and pushing it once again. Does get pretty low from that Doomfist though. He's definitely going to be having to back up. Doomfist trying to finish the kill there, and will be able to. Alright, let's see if we can find these guys. So yeah, just because of the spawns, no doubt Chaotic is going to be having to back up here as the pressure is continuing to be forced onto these guys by Inner Circle there. But they do have grab from both sides. Milk having his, I imagine they're going to combo that. From clear noble. Actually, there's so many else in the field in general. Alrighty though, both teams poking and prodding at each other. No real big engagements just yet, but there it is. The grab, both grabs. Look at this absolute chaos here. But the Reaper ult that's going to be trying to look for a couple targets, and the Doomfist ult trying to find some targets of his own. And there it is. He finds two and saving his buddy Rouse there, as he did get challenged by a couple of supports. And Chaotic, an absolutely beautiful retake. Used I believe it was all of their ults, actually. Maybe a bit much, but let's see if they could get those ults pretty quickly and keep going. Inner Circle having just about 4 ults here, looking pretty good. Of course, going to be regrouping and sticking with these goats comp here. Or sorry, 3-3 I should call it. Just trying to push in immediately, trying to get that, obviously they're not able to find the target. It's going to be a Diva Bomb shining there. Oh, but once again, the pick's going the way of Chaotic. We're all trying to use her ult, trying to keep her team alive, but to no avail. It's not going to be enough to, as this Doomfist is just shoving them into the corner. Alrighty, Sniperman going to be in a tough situation. He's got a little bit of staggered. Will get demeched early, so leaves a perfect opportunity for Z-Turn to use his grab. I'd imagine he's definitely going to be looking for an opportunity any second here. Brig starting off the fight with the ults here, trying to push the way in, but it's going to be Grab, of course, going to be trying to find their way, doing the beautiful damage, getting in their faces. It's going to be Brigida. Brigida's rally, keeping them holding strong, and there's that shatter. But Z-Turn is absolutely melting them like a microwave with the overpowered, very charged Zarya beam there, forcing them back right into their spawners from Revenant as well, getting completely in their faces and dominating them. Alrighty, and here's the swaps. I feel like they should have done it a bit sooner, but it may be just in time, as they still do have 2.5 minutes here. GCD swapping onto the Orisa, and Mellow Jesus back on the DPS. We've seen so much powerful DPS coming from Mellow Jesus. I like the fact that he's coming in on Sombra as well, as at the moment Chaotic does not have a lot to kind of counter that. Alrighty, Milk getting taken down in the early fight here. Perfect opportunity to really start pushing. That's exactly what GCC does, but Revenant poking and prodding at these guys, going back and forth, but does get taken down by Mellow Jesus there, and a beautiful hook as well coming in from Super C. And finally, Inner Circle is going to be able to take the point back. Once again, getting both those tanks in and out of the way, and it's going to be Rouse on the left-hand side. Might try to use his ult, unless he's going to be trying to escape, maybe. Oh, good awareness on GCD there. Oh, Milk used his ult just to get one pick there. I mean, that is good to kind of get that pick before it even happens, and does get that good exchange there for Rouse as well. But it's going to be the Shatter coming in from Revenant and the Nano. Look at this, man. He's going in and Ooh, whacking these guys up and around. Going to be forcing these guys back once again, but there's going to be a barrage going directly on his head, but he does get taken down by Twin Clarity there. Moira trying to use all, keeping their team alive once again. And there it is, Chaotic stopping Inner Circle before they even get that second tick. Now just above a minute on the clock. Barely any ults on the field here. Inner Circle sticking with what they're using. See if it works out for them. Especially as Chaotic continuing to look strong here. Still not having a lot for that Pharah, so I'd imagine this Pharah is going to be coming into play once again, as of course we did see her get that early pick in just the other fight there. But alrighty, there it is, the fight going underway once again. Revenant trying to get in their face, of course, as able to do that with the Orisa holding the corner there. But Revenant going to be taking a lot of damage, and there it is, the Zarya ult. I'm going to be trying to do some work here. Reinhardt charging in their face and having the shatter as well. Now just under 30 seconds. Rouse using his ult there, just missed that. Able to get the tanks there in and out of the way, and those slow tanks are going to have a rough time getting back in the fight. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to touch. I think the Moira and Pharah here are just going to be able to. Pharah's going to be having some trouble as Milk is getting in their faces. Does get taken down there. Hammond coming and trying to stall for these guys, but he's giving the shadow. It's going to be forcing the Moira down, and the Hammond as well. Trying to stall at this point in overtime. Inner Circle trying to get in there, not able to. Mercy and Pharah still alive though. Ooh. Hey, you know what? There's that mishap though. Let's see if I could there we go. I do apologize for that. Should have paused. Did not have it set. I'm gonna go ahead and pause that right there though. Try to get this guy back in before we continue for the next little bit here. Interesting noise we're hearing as well. Let's see. Alrighty, so, you know, lag, you can expect that. You know, as we have, what, like 12 players in the match right now. Well, 11, and a plentiful amount of players on the sidelines. It's really hard to coordinate all these guys and get these guys ready. So lag does happen. You can expect that. Blizzard, you're not perfect. Or maybe it's the players aren't perfect. Who knows? One of the two, either way. Let's see if we can get back in here. So yeah, Inner Circle. Won the first two maps, but they're having a little trouble here as Chaotic. They found the comp that works for them against these guys. Milk and Rouse have not swapped off since Ilius, and I don't imagine they'll be swapping off anytime soon here. So alrighty, I'll give it a another 2 minutes here. See if we can't get the other guy in, otherwise we're gonna have to swap someone else in. Let's see. I mean, yeah. There's Inner Circle is gonna have to figure out some way to combat these guys. There's no doubt. Definitely seeing a different Chaotic as we've seen throughout the matches so far. Turning it around, absolutely beautiful. But Inner Circle, no doubt, can still continue to hold this as Chaotics. I guess as this championship is still on the line for them. As if they do lose this map, this will be it, and we will not go into a fifth match. Alrighty, just another minute and a half on the clock. I am getting word that he is on his way, so let's see if we can squeeze him in here. Oh, there it is. We got him back in here. Beautiful. Just in time, too.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, I gotta ask, what are those triangle things in my chat? I don't think I've ever seen those before. Those ones? Oh, the Illuminati. You know, that makes sense. Hey, let's go, boys. I mean, you know, I gotta be happy about this game. You know, these guys are still getting kind of situated about what's going on, but gotta feel good, though, man. I just hit 1K views. Thanks, fellas. Alrighty, but getting this match underway once again. Chaotic, of course, versus Inner Circle here. Chaotic now on the defense. Or sorry, offense, I mean. I'm curious to see what they're going to be. Ooh, we're seeing a very different change-up that we've seen this entire game. Something I'm curious. I'd almost question of why they're running it here. Revenant swapping off of main tank, going on Ham, and he was on Hanzo for a second. I'm curious if he's going to be playing DPS or just off tank in general. Oh boy, and Milk going to be swapping off DPS, actually going on Reinhardt here. Of course, Rouse back on that Reaper. I like that. As you know, we've just seen such powerful play and such good damage coming in from him, no doubt at all.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, but let's get it, fellas. Mellow Jesus back onto this DPS going on the May here. I like that as well, especially to combine with that pulled pork combination. It's going to, Revenant is going to be hanging out on the sidelines. They're going to be trying to do some work, but it's Reinhardt who's frozen immediately. Super C trying to get in his face, trying to finish him off. Just barely not able to. It's going to be Reaper, of course, going to be forcing him back with that high damage there. Milk going to get hooked here in a difficult situation, but continuing to push forward. And Skate going down along with Mellow Jesus. So good even picks here. It's going to be Mellow Jesus getting in the face. Oh, wow. Or Milk actually getting in the face and getting a beautiful pin. And that'll be, I believe, a real quick take there. Because it's only so to finish them off there.
My ultimate is charging.
Alrighty, and of course I like this Hamster, what he's doing here. I mean, it's a little rough for Hamster because you don't really have any shields for him. Well, you do, but it's, you know, it's not like a Reinhardt shield or anything. So he will have to get out of there, but I like the fact that he was trying to make some room and prevent these guys from not. We're already going to see a couple more ults on the field here on the sidelines. Ghost almost having his, with that Hanzo there, and Revenant and Milk having theirs, along with Rouse. I imagine Reaper, nobody out, will be trying to find some good position to be prepared for that. Sorry, trying to get in the face once again. Oh, but it's going to be Milk going to be trying to get in the face. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Rouse getting a 5-man combined with Skates Moira, and that will be a team kill. Look at that. And now Inner Circle. I feel like they got to kill Lucio or something because they got to get that speed. They got to get in there quick, and that's exactly what they do. Realizing that this could very well be the end of the match here, as that was just so beautiful, forcing them back into their spawn. They are approaching their final destination here. Alrighty. Let's see if they could get back there in time. And it looks like just mere meters away from exactly where they want to be. Chaotic looking absolutely fantastic here, but it's going to be GCD just leading the push here, along with a Dragons right behind him going in. It's going to be a Supercharger and Lucio all coming in from Chaotic, trying to keep their team alive. Rouse getting an early pick there. Twin Charger going down as well. There's going to be a Tire coming out, getting Milk, getting the shield in and out of the way. This could potentially finish this for this fight here, but it's Rouse still alive, still doing some work onto these guys' heads there. Oh, but he does get trapped. There's that grab there, getting it in their way, and it's going to be Revenant getting a pick along with Z turned as only 2 remain to hold this point. Hammond preventing anybody from coming in, and there it is, folks.
Victory.
There it is, Chaotic. It is 2-2. Chaotic, what a beautiful comeback. This is absolutely amazing match. Wow, I'm
Play of the game.
speechless. I'll tell you who isn't speechless. Rouse's team, because you know, they're like, Rouse, you absolutely got here, because look at this. A beautiful shatter, and he just held Y right over their heads. And a beautiful team kill. But yes, boys, we're going into map 5. Let's see what that map is here. Oh man, I'm already getting messages about who to swap in and out. And these guys are ready. These guys are, I know, are just as excited as I am to see the victor here, as this has no doubt been an absolutely beautiful match so far. Looks like the next map will be Lijiang. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get Hyper out for Super C. And the fifth and final map, boys. Fifth and final map. Let's see if I can find it. Lijiang Tower. I mean, honestly, I can't think of a better map to end this on a control point, and let alone an absolutely beautiful one, especially because I feel like if there's any map that provides the most diversity, the most competitiveness, and overall best head-to-head action, that's got to be Lijiang. Oh man, so just a recap of what's going on here. Chaotic versus Inner Circle. Inner Circle winning the two maps, looking pretty darn good. A lot of close matches so far, so winning 2-0, having to win one more game. It's Chaotic who comes back winning Ilios. And winning the next map here, 2-2, folks. This could be an epic comeback. Or a shutout from Inner Circle here on the fifth and final map, Lijiang Tower. Man, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've sat here and watched these guys play. I cannot predict of who could possibly win. Chaotic, knowing how good they feel right now, are ready to finally finish this, but so is Inner Circle, as they've been waiting 2 games, losing with so many close fights. It's been so close. They're ready to take this W home. I'm so excited to figure out who's finally going to take this W. Get it, boys. Ooh, starting off with my favorite one too. I can't remember. I think this one is called Control Center. One of my favorites because the Reinhardt. Like this is one of the few maps that you could actually comfortably play Reinhardt. No doubt. I feel like the other couple maps are more, let's say, geared for Winston. So, but, yeah. I mean, I may be talking right now, but I feel completely speechless as I just. It's so hard to say right now. Oh, but alrighty. There's something to talk about here, and that's Chaotic. Blue here. Milk was teetering on the Doomfist here, which would be really, really good for here, especially with the Rouse, as he's popping off on Reaper. No doubt at all with that Zarya Ryan combo with the Lucio. I feel like that's an absolutely perfect comp, but it's going to be going against Goats, who might be even slightly more perfect. Let's see if Inner Circle can pull it off, sticking with Goats as they run traditionally. I feel like Chaotic might be ready for that, though, so they got to be careful. Especially with that high damage coming from Milk and Rouse getting back on that once again. And again, the Brigitte is an absolutely fantastic counter for them as well, so... Oh boy, let's get this. So yeah, I imagine both teams are going to be going straight onto the point here, as they both teams have really up-close, in-your-face brawling comps, and there it is. Going to be fighting on the stairs initially here. Going head-to-head, Reinhardt's charging back and forth. Going to get the Lucio early fight. Both Lucios actually getting charged. They're completely mirrored right now. But it's going to be Milk able to get it in and out of the way, and Revenant actually charging out of their faces here, doing some absolutely beautiful damage, along with Rouse getting them in and out of the way, getting that early fight advantage, and having a good amount of ult percentage as well. And it's going to be Milk. Look at that man. He's already got like 3 pigs along with Rouse. Oh, he's still going. Oh, but Revenant having that early Earth Shatter will be 100% crucial, especially to keep this going for as long as they possibly can here. And Milk having his ult very soon as well. Now, I feel like Goats, as powerful it is, it's going to have a lot of trouble going against this, especially when you're dealing with a fat Shatter coming in from Revenant, getting in your face once again. Just not really getting in your face, but it's the fact that you got pushed back with such a hard amount, of course, and Milk taking down the Reinhardt as well. So holding these guys at the choke, charging even more ult percentage, getting even more picks, continuing to force these guys exactly where they want to, which is back into their spawn. Oh, man. Here we go. Rouse going to be ready on the sidelines here. Probably going to be looking for an ult opportunity any minute now. Could combine it with that Zarya, as I imagine she's going to be looking for an ult of her own. Revenant getting pretty low here. There it is. Holy cow, look at that. Milk getting a 3-man combined with Rouse taking that fourth character. The last two remaining, trying to get a point here, but it's not going to be enough as the team realizes that is where they are going to be going right back to them immediately. Revenant was taken down as he just had such a high amount of damage coming onto him, but his team no doubt kept it alive as Chaotic is completely on fire now. Oh man, alright, Revenant having another ult, gonna be going for that immediately. Not able to find too many. Looks like they will be holding strong, able to keep going from that. Now 75% though, Chaotic looking pretty good. Inner Circle having to get in their face, continuing to kind of poking and prodding, not really making any real big engagements, but there's that Lucio finally are able to peek their way in and grab someone out as well. This is absolutely back and forth, and it's going to be Brigitte trying to use her ult of her own. Finally, Inner Circle getting in these guys' faces, able to get Revenant in and out of the way. Lucio using his ult, able to heal too many of his team as they no doubt whispered back, and their Sniper with another Heat Bomb, able to get Twin Clarity there, getting it to 99% overtime. Inner Circle is able to take it back here. Chaotic just has to win one more team fight, and they get this early round advantage. Alrighty, let's see what these teams can do against each other. Not a lot of ults on the field, so going to see a lot of clashing for these Reinhardts, no doubt at all. It's going to be Doomfist hanging out here, going to get in their faces, see if he can escape and try to get out of there. No doubt, I'm sure he's trying to get that early pick. It's going to be Reinhardt, though. Reinhardt is not in a good way. He's pushed up, maybe just a tad bit too much. Thankfully, his team is there backing him up, as they are ready. It's going to be a grab coming out here, and Doomfist getting 2 picks once again. Milk is absolutely unstoppable here, getting completely in their faces, getting another 3-man, forcing guys back once again. Oh, wow. Alrighty. Now these guys realizing they're now in overtime. They are at stall positions here. Chaotic is destined to take this first round here. And look at that. Milk is absolutely wonderful play on this Doomfist. There is continuing to be in overtime. Doomfist forcing them back along with Brigitte and the Rhine. They cannot even get in there. Chaotic taking the first round. Oh man, I'll tell you, my heart is absolutely racing. I cannot imagine the stress that both of these teams have on their heads right now. Championship 2 versus 2, Chaotic pulling a potentially epic comeback. Oh boy. Gotta take a drink real quick. Oh, alrighty. So, not going to see a lot of swaps coming in from Chaotic, but I do like the swaps coming in from Inner Circle here as GCD will be going onto the Sarisa as he's been trying to stick with the entire game, and I feel like it hasn't fallen too short. So let's see if he could change that on Li Jing Tower, as it no doubt is definitely a different scenery, but it's going to be Mellow Jesus onto the Fair as well. That's going to be a huge pick, as Chaotic does not have a lot to kind of counter that there, especially with his farming. It's going to be Ghost swapping back onto this McCree. I do like that as well, especially just to try to stun that annoying I say annoying, but very skilled Doomfist there. It's going to be GCD taking down initially there. Rouse getting in their faces along with the Doomfist as well. Chaotic going to get that early pick, or early percentage, sorry. Oh boy. Alright, Mellow Jesus having a good amount of ult percentage as well. I expect to see that very soon as Farah continuing to be completely undetested. They don't even have a, or I say they, Chaotic doesn't really have much to go against it. They have Moira who could do a little bit damage here and there, but so no doubt I'd imagine this Doomfist and Reaper are going to have to keep the fight down below and get those that they can, but it's going to be Milk getting down initially. It could be rough, and Reaper being poked and prodded. Oh, but it's going to be that Pharah ult that's going to be shining the most here, and there was a boop in the mix too, but overall picks are going back and forth, but I think Inner Circle having the majority of the picks are going to be pushing in, and Ghost getting a couple picks himself. Doomfist coming back in, does get taken down by the Pharah as Lucio continues to try to stall, getting a good 40%, almost 50. So, good on them, but Inner Circle saying, you know what, fellas, we're not going to roll over, we're not going to sit down, we're going to keep fighting, because we want to win this just as much as you guys. And they definitely have the ults to do so, so see what they kind of use here as Ryan does get tossed and pulled around there, does get taken down. So good early pick there, no doubt going to have to be regrouping immediately. A good stall for ult percentage. Alrighty, now Rouse and Milk having to swap off their the DPS that they've been playing the majority of the night, going hit scan to try to counter against this Pharaoh. Now, interesting enough, going to be taking the tight corners. I'm curious about this, because hit scan, I feel like you're going to want to be taking the long range more. They're going to be going tight corners, kind of close quarters here. Let's see if we can get in onto that fight there. Both teams kind of poking and prodding once again. A real big get. Oh, but there it is. Rouse getting Mellow G's as absolutely huge pick. First, going to try to res her. Is able to successfully. It's going to be a grab. He's going to be able to get the Roadhog there, stuck in one position. Reinhardt trying to get in there, swing his hammer every which way, but the kill feed is lighting up blue just a little bit, and there it is. I think they're going to be able to retake the point back here. Up, and there it is. A beautiful team kill, ending off Inner Circle's reign of terror at 59%.
This will heal you.
So already, now the majority of ults going on the way of Chaotic. I'd imagine McCree is going to be setting up in just a position here, allowing the enemy team to really start pushing in so that he can get behind him. And there it is. He's going to be trying to go for it, but does get stunned, I believe. And it's going to be Rouse who's going to be shining here, as the Tats provider is going to be doing the majority of the damage, forcing these guys back. Kill feed riding up blue once again. Another team kill. Look at these guys. Already now 85%. Inner Circle. They got to do something. They got to get their way back into the fight once again. Going to be swapping Mellow G's back onto that Junkrat that we've seen in the past. That could be exactly what they need, just that high damage and so many ults. But holy guacamole, it's going to be Revenant's Oni's Shatter that's going to be showing the most work here, as now it's in overtime. Revenant and Milk combining, I believe, got majority of those kills, and there it is. Wow. Chaotic. Reverse sweep going to be taking it. Congratulations. Beautiful comeback. Beautiful take back. And of course, play the game will be coming into Rouse here. Beautiful soldier play, as the ult no doubt came in with that powerful damage against these guys.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh boy. Man, I mean, insane exciting stuff. You know, completely amazing play from all these guys, honestly. Like, I feel the need to pick an MVP, but I could not give you one, as as every single one of these players played absolutely fabulously, and what an epic and close match. Oof. Wow. So once again, congratulations to Chaotic. So once again, just a brief summary of what just happened here. Inner Circle taking the first two maps, seemed to have a good command over Chaotic, as they seemed to be struggling trying to find a good comp. But once Chaotic did find a good comp, they realized Milk, Rouse, and Revenant, beautiful combo of them three with their high damage and high aggression, allowed them to take the next two maps. And the final map, it was both teams frantically trying to outplay one another with different team comps. But in the end, it's Chaotic who shined the most and came out on top. Absolutely wonderful game. Wow. Oh, man. So once again, congratulations, Chaotic. I mean, to be honest, I'm completely, utter speechless. So I'm just going to end it off here. I've been your host, SargeVKL. And this has been the Challengers Rival. See you guys next time.